You can now attend some of your favorite companies' AGMs online and cast a virtual vote. But in this COVID-19 era, when Zoom meetings and Zoom parties have become the norm, why is this a big deal? And what does it mean for you and your pocket? Hey guys, I'm Kalilah Reynolds, and it's time now for another episode of Money Mondays JA, brought to you in partnership with Proven Wealth. Now, before we get started, remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on those post notifications. Follow at We Are Proven on Instagram and go to KalilahRay.com to subscribe to my brand new newsletter, website coming soon. Guys, I have a giveaway at the end of this program, so watch till the end on YouTube. I'll be giving away one of my exclusive Let's Get This Money t-shirts. You have to be following both me and We Are Proven on Instagram to win. And you also have to comment the answer over on YouTube. So a few weeks ago, GraceKennedy fell into some hot water with the Jamaica Stock Exchange after it held a hybrid AGM with some shareholders joining virtually. Now, with all the social distancing rules because of COVID-19, virtual meetings have become a staple of everyday interactions, but not so for AGMs. Now, an AGM is a mandatory yearly gathering of a company's shareholders. At the meeting, shareholders discuss and make decisions on topics such as dividend payments and appointments to the company's board of directors. Depending on the size of the company, an AGM could have upwards of 50 shareholders present. But back in March, the government instituted a 20-person cap on public gatherings, so you couldn't have any more than 20 people there. They later lowered that to just 10 as the number of COVID-19 cases continued to rise. Now it's back up to 20 as they ease the restrictions, but you see the problem. So Prime Minister Holness did announce an exemption from the public gathering restrictions to allow companies to hold their AGMs. But as I said, AGMs can attract a large number of people, and the companies had been complaining that the venues aren't even big enough to hold that many people and still have enough space for social distancing. Well, the solution seems simple. Just host the meetings online. There's Zoom, Google Hangouts, Microsoft Teams, even Facebook or YouTube live streaming. But unfortunately, legally, it's not that easy. Jamaica's Companies Act, which provides regulations for traded companies, actually does not allow for shareholders to join AGMs through electronic means. However, it does provide guidance for directors to participate virtually. A few weeks ago, I had attorney at law Chantel Simpson as a guest on Money Moves JA, and she explained the legal issue.
If their articles of incorporation do not provide for participation at the meeting, then that shareholder technically could not vote at the meeting and also would not be considered present at the meeting if the articles don't allow for such attendance and participation. So that is the restriction there.
Should businesses then be considered amending their articles of association if that is a clause in there, or at least reviewing them to see how they might be able to make this change?
Definitely, but the situation I think most of them are going to find themselves in is a catch-22, because in order to amend your articles of incorporation, you need what is referred to as a special resolution. And a special resolution is passed at a general meeting. So it would have had to be the articles now in order to allow them to go ahead and have the meetings now.
Now, in GraceKennedy's defense, at the start of the AGM, board chairman Professor Gordon Shirley did state that the meeting was being done in a revised format and not virtually.
It is important to note that the GraceKennedy annual general meeting being held this afternoon is not a virtual AGM, as this would not be permissible under the Jamaican law. What we are having is our annual general meeting in a revised format.
According to GraceKennedy's Articles of Association, they only needed 3 shareholders to be present to form a quorum for the meeting to take place. At the May 27 AGM, 5 shareholders attended in person and another 84 voted via proxy. Shareholders were able to watch the meeting via live stream and were asked to submit their questions in advance. However, not all stakeholders nor the JSC were pleased with this hybrid meeting. On May 29, the JSC put out a letter stating that it was aware of media reports and had received complaints that some companies have held or were planning to hold AGMs in a way which it said would be invalid and in breach of the laws of Jamaica. The JSC noted that hybrid or totally electronic meetings are not allowed under Jamaican law. All shareholders are entitled to attend the AGM in person if you so choose. Shareholders are entitled to vote and ask questions at the AGM, and companies cannot require shareholders to appoint a proxy from a designated list of proxies. So even though GraceKennedy had taken some precautionary steps, it could be argued that their meeting was not valid. But that's a legal issue. I'm not going to make a pronouncement on that. GraceKennedy has insisted that their AGM was indeed valid, and they're standing by that. I don't know if anyone's actually going to challenge the validity in court. Not sure what purpose that would serve, unless there were some decisions taken that some people don't agree with and they were trying to get it reversed. Anyway, so because of all the legal issues surrounding the virtual AGMs, the JSC decided to go to court to get permission for listed companies to host their AGMs virtually. 16 listed companies joined the case, and the Supreme Court's ruling now makes it possible for companies to host hybrid or entirely virtual AGMs. The ruling also allows the companies to serve their shareholders with notices and supporting documents by email or by posts on their websites or the JSC's website. However, the court order only applies to those 16 companies that were part of the case. These are Bartia Investments, Gerger Paints, Caribbean Cement, Fosrich, JMMB Group, Lasco Distribution, Lasco Financial Services, Lasco Manufacturing, Main Event, Mayberry Investments, Mayberry Jamaican Equities, Sagicor Investments, the JSC, Supreme Ventures, Victoria Mutual, and Wigton Windfarm. Now, the good thing I've noticed about meetings in general since COVID-19 is that attendance has been pretty good. Now that everyone's holding virtual meetings, more people can attend because they don't have to get up and drive somewhere. Maybe they don't even live in Kingston, where most, if not all, the AGMs are held. We also have investors in the diaspora. Now, they can all participate, and that's great. I've noticed even at like PTAs and church meetings, attendance has been really good, much better than at physical meetings because people no longer have an excuse to not come. So I think this is actually a really good development. More shareholders like you and me will be able to participate in the decision making for companies and hold the boards accountable. Well, that's it for this episode of Money Mondays JA, brought to you in partnership with Proven Wealth. Here's what's coming up on Taking Stock.
It's like PayPal, but for the Caribbean. The Trinidad-based WePay is now in 7 Caribbean countries, and with one foot already in Jamaica, they are awaiting regulatory approval to launch full service. We'll find out more from CEO Aldwin Wayne. And later, the analysts weighing on the latest market developments. Pulse has been a hot stock recently, and movie theaters have been given the green light to operate for 2 weeks. Can Palace recoup its massive losses? We'll discuss.
Okay, here's the giveaway question. On a recent episode of Taking Stock, what did our analyst David Rose compare Barita to? Comment the answer on this video on YouTube and you can win my exclusive Let's Get This Money t-shirt. You also have to be following at We Are Proven and at Kalilah Ray on Instagram to win. The winner will be chosen randomly from the comments, so you don't necessarily have to be the first to answer. Remember to subscribe to my newsletter as well by visiting KalilahRay.com. I'm Kalilah Reynolds. Stay safe.